Hello, gentle viewers. This is Vindian welcoming you to Factorio. I have the game paused right now, just so I can talk a little bit about the game, and then I'll unpause and we'll work through the couple of projects that I have planned for this video. So, what is Factorio? Factorio is a factory game in which you're trying to build large production lines so that, I guess I can unpause and just kind of walk around for a bit, so that you can attempt to build a rocket and go back to space. I don't have any power here because I have solar panels and, well, it is dark. That's okay, though. Let's slap down a couple... No, yes. Let's get 2 more solar panels so that when the light does come up, we'll be in better shape. And we're already starting to smelt the iron plates. Good times. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I saw somebody do this for a different game, and I think it makes a lot of sense for Factorio, and I kind of wish I'd thought of it. No, do not waste my underground just for that. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm creating a carousel so that anything that was, for instance, on... And I've mucked up the belt. So anything that's basically on one side will just get recycled so that it can hopefully be picked up and smelted into iron plates. So what we're trying to do is we're actually trying to build a rocket because our ship crash landed on this planet, and that's what we'd like to do. I'm getting a nice steady supply of iron plates. This is going to be a Let's Look video. I'm going to briefly talk about Factorio, but for the most part, I'm not going to be talking about it in a lot of detail or anything like that, because, frankly, there's lots of other people who do Factorio, and this is just me wanting to talk about it. Now, is this my main factory, or is this my... this is the main factory. So this is actually what I've already been working on. It's pretty good at everything but blue science, which I'm ever so slowly working on. But that's actually not what I was trying to do today. So I'm going to have to make some interesting decisions about how to get those iron plates where I want them to go. But you may not like it, but this is what somewhat peak performance looks like in terms of making lots and lots of stone walls to make gray science. The big problem here, of course, is I actually can't use gray science as quickly, because I'm not researching something that requires gray science, but I wanted to talk about how Factorio works, why I think it's so popular, and show off a little bit of gameplay, so that you can decide, A, if you'd like to see more of it on the channel, and B, just because I think it's a really interesting phenomenon that no other game was doing before Factorio came out, at least to my knowledge. And now there's lots of other games that are trying to be somewhat similar. I keep running into trees. This is a problem. Alright, so this is a lovely little simple loop in which I am mining iron ore and turning it into iron plates. My goal is to take this very, very far indeed. Because if I look at my full map, I have this production facility way the heck up here. And what I'm attempting to accomplish is... Oh, there's coal up there. I missed that. That could be very interesting, but I don't need it right now. Anyway, what I'm trying to do basically is feed more iron plates up here so that we can gain... are these biters down here? I bet they are. No, that's not uranium. I was getting excited for a second there. I'd love to get some uranium, but oh well. So anyway, what we're trying to do basically is we're trying to get these iron plates from here all the way up to this area up here so I can rework on my, so that I can work on my red circuit production. That is today's goal. Now, I've got a couple of ways to make this happen. The first possibility is to build a railroad. And although that sounds kind of neat, I think it would take an extremely long time. And it's not really something that I care to do. Instead, I'm going to make the belt to end all belts that's going to go halfway across the map just to get these iron plates up there. In order to do that, however, I'm probably going to need more belts. So we're going to go back to my main base and we're going to collect some. And on our lovely little jaunt here, as I continue to crash through trees rather than go around them, I want to talk a little bit about the phenomenon of Factorio. Because it's essentially a game about automating production of things to make bigger and better things to achieve a specific goal. And I guess RimWorld kind of does this, but RimWorld is about characters. It's a story generator. Oh, those are mine. I got excited for a second there. Here's some belts. I want the red belts, and I know I have a machine that makes them. That's my solar panel machine. Good lord, I've got a lot of solar panels. I'm just gonna go ahead and, because that stack's already there, and I've got some batteries too. I need to make sure to use those. Here we go. Perfect. I'm also going to drop down a junk box so I can get rid of some of this stuff that I don't want anymore. Go away, please. Thank you. Alright, what here do I not need? I don't need boxes. I don't need a storage tank right now. I definitely don't need concrete wall. I'll never need light armor because I actually have heavy armor. I might need explosives. You never know when you might need some explosives, right? I definitely don't need iron ore or stone. That looks good for right now. I definitely don't want coal-powered inserters, yuck. I do want to make some power poles. There we go. And I now feel pretty confident that I've got enough red belts to get where I'd like these to go. That's our one-hit control. There we go. What happens if I just huck explosives? What happens? Oh, I can't just explode things. I'd have to use a kind of explosive. That's fine. We'll just use my cliff explosives. I also don't need random stone blocks in my inventory. I might need steel plate to make barrels later, so I'm okay with keeping that. Alright. Back we go. So yeah. This game really kind of came out of nowhere, and it became incredibly popular. And it spawned a couple of competitors, including Satisfactory and Dyson Sphere Program. Both of which are really good, really fun takes on this particular formula. But Factorio did it first, as far as I know, and definitely, so far, is doing it the best. Although Dyson Sphere Project, or Program, I can't remember which it's called, is actually pretty close as well. Alright. So we're going to start laying a whole bunch of belts. I should technically, if I'm going to be consistent, this whole thing should be red belt. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to push out this way. Cut down some trees. And then here's where I'm going to start going up. And I keep making holes. That's one of life's many challenges. Let me go ahead and remove these bricks. Not because I want the stone, but because I just want them out of the way. Oh look, that cliff is in the way. Not anymore, it's not. Annoying. There. This is pure spite at this point. I'm not even going to go that way, but it irritates me. I don't like that stone on there, but we'll deal with it later. More cliff explosions, please. Whee! So many belts. By the way, I have not forgotten that I left my car behind. It is a very common mistake for me to make. We'll deal with it later on. Oh, sorry, you can't use cliff explosives on trees because that would be breaking the law. Why are my iron plates not following me? Oh, here they come. Okay. And we're gonna go boop. And then boop. I could build some red underground belts. I just don't want to right now. Oh, friends, we're getting there. We're actually going to pass by my main plant here in just a second, but that's actually not what I'm trying to do, so I'm actually not going to go all the way in that direction. This is going to be a lot of belts, my friends, but that's fine because it gives us a chance to talk about other things in this game. One of the reasons I want to do a Let's Look about this game is not just because it's a very... It's not unique, especially not now. But it's an interesting phenomenon, and quite frankly, it's a game that I didn't think I would like. It is a game best sampled in what I call projects. Well, what do I mean by that? In other words, every time you fire up Factorio, except for the first couple of hours where you're basically just trying to figure out where stuff is, what you're usually trying to do is just figure out what do I want to do this particular day. And in this case, I wanted to establish better iron production so that I could make some upgrades to get more blue science. That is my overall goal for this episode, is to get my blue science production up. And one of the things that other people that play Factorio do really well that I don't is I don't care much about efficiency, I just care about what works. So some of the things, if you're an experienced... Ooh, I just finished rocket fuel. That's lovely. What do I need to make that? I need solid fuel and light oil. I can handle that. This is what we're trying to do. This is your objective in Factorio, is you're trying to make a rocket silo. But I don't even have purple or yellow science yet. I probably need to work on that. I did want electric furnaces. That'll basically let me start phasing out coal. Get to work. It's not that coal is hard to come by, it's just that it can be irritating to have to worry about that. Red belts are much faster than yellow belts, which is why I'm using them, because I'm going such a long distance. We've used over 1,000 belts so far. You may recall that we had 2.8 when we got started here. And here we go. We made it all the way up to this particular part of the base. Here's my battery maker. Is this what I wanted the iron plates for? It sounds embarrassing, right? But I actually don't remember why I wanted more iron plates. I think that may be it, actually. But there was something I was missing here to make a lot more blue science more effectively. Do you need iron plate? No, you need plastic, copper, and circuits, which I'm making and delivering on site. I need to make engines up here to really make this as efficient as it can be. Although I certainly would like very much to get more batteries. That is a bit of an issue right now for us. So I'm gonna do this. I'm just going to stop that right there. And then I'm going to drop down an inserter. Oh, you're going to need a long-handled one. And then just because I don't feel like making another long-handled inserter, I'm going to do a belt like so. And then we're going to go boop. We're not going to go boop. We're going to go other boop. And now I can have all the batteries in the world. Nice. This, my friends, is the heart and soul of Factorio. I also have a lot of extra iron plates, so we're going to start trying to make engines on site. And this will be a bit more complicated. Engines require steel, iron gears, and pipes. That's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I need a red splitter, please. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make engines on site, and then we should really be able to step up science production. So I need to rotate this. Alright. So here we go. Loads and loads of iron plates waiting to be used for a specific purpose, and today's purpose is going to be... we need to smelt some steel with this, and then we need to make some other things with it as well. So what I need to do, first and foremost, is I need to get the coal belt up there as well, so that we can start... And I'll just automatically make an underground belt. I just recently found out I can do this. That tells you how little I've played Factorio up to this point. And I feel really silly that I didn't know that I could just automatically do that. Perfect. So the first thing, in order to make these, we basically need 3 things in order to make engines on site. We need steel plate, iron gear wheels, and pipes. All of which, fortunately, only require iron plate. So we can really get some top quality production of iron plate here. So the first thing we're going to do is... Let's see. I'm trying to plan this out here in my brain. Because normally I don't plan things out, but I want to kind of make it look nice. How much material can I use to make assembly machines? I can only make 2 right now. Because I don't have iron gear wheels. Yeah, okay. And I think I need wheels. Don't I need gears to make these? I sure do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make 2 assemblers. And all they're going to do is make gears. That shall be their purpose. So we're going to go a boop and a boop. I need to make a quick output belt for the glorious things they'll be making for us. And then we're going to go inserter, inserter, exporter, exporter. Please make me some iron gears. And last but certainly not least, you need power. So we're going to go a boop, a boop. And here are some lovely gears. This is step 1 of our process. There are many like it, but this one is ours. What are we going to do with the other side of this belt? We're going to start making steel. And that is even easier, because I have lots of steel furnaces already made. What is the ratio that we need? We need 2 pipes per gear and plate. So as long as I can keep this belt relatively full, I'm just going to grab a bunch of these gears so that we can actually make more assemblers. And please make 2 more. And then I'm actually just low on iron plate. I've got a whole freaking line full of these, though. Did I pick up coal? I did pick up coal. That's not the end of the world, actually. So I'm just making assemblers so that we can make assemblers to make other things. So we're going to slap down 2 more to make gears, I think. And I think that'll be fine for now. Oh, wait, we get 3 gears? Wait, what is the actual ratio? Yes, I know your output is full. I'm fixing that. How many gears do we make for 1 plate? It takes 2 plates to make 1 gear. Okay. So then it actually does make some logical sense to keep extending this out. And I'm not going to do the math. I'm a profoundly lazy person. I don't really care what the most efficient way to do this is, which I know drives some Factorio players crazy. I invite you to deal with it. And then you need to be told to make gears. They're not actually going to make any gears because his belt is already full. But that's fine. That is fine for right now. Because the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come to this side of the belt and we're going to use this to make steel. For that, I'm going to need... Let's make 5 furnaces. 2, 3, 4, 5. Furnaces need 2 inputs in order to work. They need the thing that they're going to create, and they need fuel. And that's why we have... I'm going to need to make several long-handled inserters. Just go ahead and make all of them. There you go. So you're going to put in... So basically the longer ones are going to take the iron plate. The shorter ones are going to feed in some coal. And then they're going to output some absolutely lovely steel. Remember, we need gears, pipes, and steel in order to make engines. So we're going to go a boop, a boop, a boop. And here we go. We're going to start getting some lovely steel. It's going to take some time, but we will get it eventually. The last purpose for these is going to be... we actually probably need more furnaces, in honesty. Just because steel takes a long time to make. And we have so many iron plates, right? There's no reason not to just step up our steel production. So I'm going to do that, and that, and this. I actually have a machine back in my base that just makes furnaces, which is why I have so many of them. Because one of the rules of Factorio is anything that you can make 1 of, you can make 1,000 of. And you should. Maybe not you should all the time, but... Inserter, inserter, inserter. I need to extend that belt 1 more spot. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. And then we go power, power, power. And now we should be making... Oh, we actually have a very different problem. Which is that we're not getting enough iron plates. That is a problem I anticipated on having. We're going to need to come back down to our iron plate manufacturer and increase that as well. This is actually why I really want electric furnaces. We'll ride the belt. That was fun. I need to get electric furnaces made so that I don't have to pipe coal to places that don't already have coal. It's not that it's hard, it's that it's a pain in the butt, and I don't feel like doing it. But we're going to be heading toward my main base here in just a moment. One thing I haven't talked about yet with Factorio, while we wait. I really love how my little miniature operation here works. To give me just a constant supply of copper coil. I love it. Is biters. Now, there are little creatures in the game called biters and spitters and a few other varieties that can actually attack you and destroy your stuff. In this particular map, I have them set on peaceful, which means until I attack them, they won't attack me, and I'm fine with that. If I'm being honest with you, that's probably the part I like least about Factorio, is the biters. Not because you can die, but because they can tear your stuff up, and if you're not very careful about how you handle them, it can be a nightmare. We could use some more iron production here, but we may not be able to get it. One of my future long-term projects is going to be piping more iron ore into the system. But the problem is there's just not enough of it right now. I know what I was going to do. I was going to try to make some filter inserters. Ah, that is my phone. 1 second. Sorry about that, friends. I had a phone call that I needed to deal with. Okay, where were we? We were noticing that the iron belts here are getting a little bit weak. And this is one of the things about Factorio, where even if you have specific projects in mind, I believe the problem is, yeah, you see these little red lights right here? This means there's nothing for these to mine. So we're actually just running out of iron ore in this area. So I had initially planned to do something specific this episode, but I think we're nearly getting to the point where we've got a pretty good idea of how this works. I think, to be quite honest with you, I need to spend a lot more time expanding our iron ore production, because eventually coal will become less important to you. You will get to a point in the game where coal is just not relevant to your needs. And that's okay. Eventually coal will just be another one of those things that doesn't really affect how you play the game. However, you will pretty much always need iron ore. You need to have a very constant supply of it, and we happen to have a pretty big one. Now, I want to keep this up. This needs coal. Here you go. Enjoy. I want to go ahead and build a separate ore production facility here that I can then feed into a belt and provide more iron ore. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3. I'm also going to need to put some solar panels out. Like so. And because this is going to be going a fairly long distance, I'm going to go ahead and use a red belt. That'll work. We're also going to need to put some batteries out here, because this is going to have to run all day long. And I think typically each solar panel can like charge 1 battery, so we're going to go ahead and just drop down a bunch. I have a lot of them. It doesn't necessarily hurt if we just spend a bit more time with batteries here. So one of these can create up to 60 kilowatts, and it takes 90 to power even 1 drill. So we're going to need a few more solar panels. In case you're wondering, I'm trying not to block the ore field inadvertently with solar panels. And then I'm going to put a battery behind each one of these. Perfect. I'm deliberately keeping these as separate because I definitely want to make sure that I've got... because this is going to be going to a different place, and if I need to later on, I can join them. Alright, let's get a lot more solar panels laid down. Yes, you can. You can reach this stupid tree. Three. And I'm separating these out to make sure there's room for power poles between them. There we go. I'm going to eventually add more miners to this, but for right now, that's not what I'm interested in. For right now, I'm just interested in getting a consistent supply. Alright. And I think we'll actually probably follow alongside this iron plate belt. Just because I know it's roughly going the way I want it to go. What the fuck? Why are you picking up stone? Actually, I'm not getting any ore on this belt. I'll fix it later. Right now, my project is to get us a constant supply of ore. So that everything in my big factory doesn't break down the second that I run out of ore. Okay, where's the iron ore feeding into? Okay, perfect. So I'm actually going to need to make some underground belts. That's fine. Actually, it's not fine because I don't have iron plate. I think because iron ore production has dropped so much, I'm probably not even getting very many plates. What I actually need is gears. So I'm just going to sit here and collect some gear output for a bit until I've got enough to make a handful of underground belts. I guess that's fine for the moment. Don't I have a box where these gears are going into? No, I'm literally just feeding them all into belt production. That's a bit silly. Does mean I've got more gears to grab from, though. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to get one more underground belt. Alright. I also noticed we haven't gotten any ore yet, which probably means I've probably goofed up and put a hole in it. We will worry about that later, my friends. Right now I just want to connect this to the remaining ore. And there we go. Any ore we get now will feed into this belt system and it'll be great. Up here are two more that I can relocate. You're gonna, again, if the light is red, that means there's no more resources. Is iron ore actually coming along this belt, though? I wonder. Or is this an issue where there's not enough electricity and so the pumps aren't actually running? Or did I just screw up and leave a gap in the belt? So I'm not seeing any iron ore on this belt at all. I just had that bit of stone that I already pulled off the belt. Wow, that's a pretty epic failure right there. Whoops. Alright, and we definitely want to step up as much iron production as we can manage here. Oops, that's not in line. And then, can I make some more of those? What am I missing in order to build more electric miner? I don't have iron plate. Well, I'm not going to get iron plate if I don't fix the iron supply, so... And then you're going to go a boop-a-doop. There you go. There is the iron ore, and it is beautiful. I definitely need more solar panels, though. So that during the day, that these can gain enough power in the batteries. And I've got so many solar panels, as you've seen. I really have no incentive not to just litter the landscape with them. You are not close enough. There we go. This belt is nowhere near full, but I also don't have the iron plate. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hop in my car, and we're going to go back and try to do what I wanted to do at the beginning of this episode, which is get our science production fixed, for which we need engines. And in case you're wondering, yes, this eventually will do damage to the car. That's why I have these repair kits. Make some more cliff explosives. Yeah, I'd forgotten you could actually use the belts to make yourself even faster. Alright, that's just in the way. And fuck you in particular. There you go. Alright. So, we definitely need more iron plates. I'm running low on sulfuric acid. What the hell? Oh no, did I break the water line? I did. Whoops. Okay, that explains that. I was like, why all of a sudden are we not making batteries? And now I know why. We probably have too much steel production right now, if I'm honest with you, because we're not going to have enough iron plates left to do the next step, which is to make pipe. But it's fine for right now. Yeah, right now every iron plate is just going immediately into a steel furnace. We really need to step up their production, which means increasing iron ore production. Because right now I cannot use this to make engines because I don't have enough of an iron plate supply. I could just stop making batteries at some point. That's not the worst idea, but it's also not something I really need to mess with. Yeah, you know what we might do? We might be getting close to the end of this episode. I think I'm gonna go just see if we can ramp up iron plate production down at the other site, and then hopefully get enough to start working on this for me another time. But yeah, I greatly prefer Factorio without biters. I think biters are a little bit too... They basically require you to waste a lot of your production on things like defenses, and I get that that's probably somewhat intentional. That's how the game is meant to work. But at the same time, I also don't like it very much. I just find it very frustrating to have biters tearing up half of your plant while you're somewhere else on the map, fixing another issue. As I play the game more and get better at it, I'm sure I'll probably consider other things here, but... Alright, is the problem I don't have enough ore, such as I don't have enough furnaces making iron plates? I don't know what that circle was about. I guess I just wanted to feel alive for a moment. Okay, this is insufficient iron ore. Because these three are basically always running. So I need more of these, which means I need iron plate. I mean, the other possibility is that I just make them on site. Like, I could literally just force feed all the iron ore into one belt and then just send plates up. But I don't feel like doing that. And a boop. Nice. I like it. Alright, I'm gonna make my little circle belt a little bit longer. Because what I want to do right now is I want to see if any iron ore makes it all the way to the end of this belt. Because until it does, I can't make more... I can't build more furnaces, because they won't do any good. Yeah, I need more miners. I need a lot more miners. And, ironically, the problem is that it takes iron plates to make them. I don't have any iron plates in my car, do I? I don't. Yeah, you actually can't put the iron car in your inventory unless you have more room. That's fine. Let me give you some fuel, my guy. I have a bunch of oil barrels, but I don't remember why. I had a reason. I just don't remember what that was. Okay. So... I think it's about time to figure out a way to reduce my iron plate usage. I mean, that's a lot of steel plate. I can probably cut down on the number of furnaces that are making steel plate. I'm making way too many solar panels, but it's actually used for the steel plate. Alright, here we go. Here's a few iron plates that were handy. The thing here that's good, I guess, is that iron plates are actually backing up to a certain extent. So I can just grab a bunch of these. It's because a lot of this here is actually making... Oh, good lord. Just give me all of the iron plates. And then you can go back and do your thing. Let me get back in my car. I can make 71 of these. I will settle for 5 right now. Alright, because once I get enough ore output, I can make more iron plates, and I can try to get that belt full. I actually want to get both belts full, to be honest with you. I want to make sure that the iron ore belt is full and that the plate belt is full. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to give each one of you your own solar panel. Well, every 2 of you. No, you're each going to get your own, not you. And then I guess I'll put that power pole right there. And then y'all need belts. And let me make 5 more of these. There we go. Significantly expanded ore production. You love to see it. And I want to start seeing, is this ore going to make it to the end of the belt? And if it does, then I can start putting in more furnaces. Yep, I can. I do not have any coal on me. Yes, I do. Enjoy. I'm going to replace you with electric furnaces, by the way. That is one of my later game goals, is to... Oh yeah, we have more than enough for now to start building... Mixing additional plates to get this going. Oh, we can support way more than this now. Perfect. Give me every iron plate imaginable, please. And we're actually gonna need more fuel. I could just run a coal belt. I mean, I might be able to just explore and get lucky and find that there's actually another coal belt hanging out, but something tells me that there probably isn't. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill up more power poles. Give me 15 of them. Alright, I need to go check out my car. I think I've got more solid fuel in there. Yep, and I've got some coal. So there we go. Oh yeah, we can support... no, maybe not actually. We might not be able to support significantly more of these yet. You want me to do? I'm just gonna build some giant solar arrays up here. Just to make sure we've got enough batteries. I mean, there is no such thing as too many solar panels. If there's any, if that's one of the rules of Factorio, then it is. Alright, nice. And you connect these. And a boop, a boop. There we go. Excellent. These batteries are now getting full, which means it's time to build more batteries. In fact, let's get super silly with batteries, too. There we go. Oh yeah, we're now making huge quantities of electricity. Iron ore is no longer making it to the end of the belt, so that means we need more iron ore. Yeah, we definitely need a lot more miners. Make me 10 more. Let's get the raw ore belt built up a bit more. You get the red belt. Right. We're gonna do this. There we go. That is some quality mining being done right now. Oh, it's not actually a loop. Or not a loop, it's not a turn. It's just going straight. There we go. boop, and a boop. And then my big issue is I'm running out of fuel. You can have some solid fuel there. I could just throw some wood in here. Wood's not nearly as good as any of the other things here, but what do I need to make rocket fuel? I need solid fuel and I need light oil. I'll have to go up to my other place to work on it. This is gonna die before time starts up again. And everything shuts down. I need even more solar panels, friends. It's a good thing I got a box of them. But I think we're going to go ahead and call it here for this Let's Look at Factorio. I hope you found it an interesting game. If you'd like to see me play more on the channel, please do let me know. But until next time, this has been Indian. Thank you for watching.